Your seasonings, basil and things like that, those herbs have medicinal properties too. You put it on your food, that heals you too. Different foods that you eat, kale that grows out of the ground. That's a superfood. That heals you too. It restores your vitamins and nutrients in your body. Quinoa, okay? Alright, different things like that. Alright? Okay. So, alright, so Romans chapter 15 verse 4. Alright, but all these things were used in the ancient days by the ancient prophets and by our ancient forefathers to heal people and as food. So those things were written down in the scriptures, things that I'm about to go through, alright, to show us how things should be, so we could learn from it. Because the Most High knew in these days that we were going to lose all our knowledge. He knew he was going to take all our knowledge from us, and that we was going to have to come back and seek our fathers. Alright? Alright, so Romans chapter 15 verse 4. Romans 15:4 say, for whatsoever things were written aforetimes were written for our learning. Alright? So the things in these scriptures were written for our learning. You just have to pay very close attention to them. Alright, so now we're going to go through and show you that the prophets were the actual doctors or people that healed people, healers, physicians. The prophets were men like us, men like me. Lord willing, I be a man of the Lord. Men like me, men like our elders, GREATMILLSTONE, men like brothers out of Texas, brothers out there teaching around the world. People will actually come to us for healing, to heal them with certain ailments. Look at YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI healed many people. Alright, one instance he picked up clay from the ground and, I think he rubbed it in the man's eye. He spit in it and rubbed it in the man's eye. Now, these stupid ass people be like, oh, that didn't do nothing. You can't do nothing with that. But there's an actual thing called bentonite clay. Alright, not saying that that's what YAHAWASHI used, but I'm giving an example. There's an actual clay called bentonite clay. Alright, what it does is if you swallow it, it gets spongy in your stomach and it sucks out all the poisons and the metals in your stomach and it passes through your bowel and goes out your body. You could do the same thing for your eyes. You put it in your eye probably, I don't know. But YAHAWASHI did certain things like that. Could have been he was using the clay. He knew certain things about certain things, certain properties that certain things had. Alright? But I would attribute most of YAHAWASHI healing to his power, alright, to his Father, the Most High, which you got to attribute all healing in herbs, the healing or through taking herbs. You got to attribute all of that to YAHAWASHI anyways. But just to give you an example that YAHAWASHI even healed, and he used different things like clay and shit to heal people, alright, through the power of YAHAWASHI. Let's not make sure that we don't take the power from YAHAWASHI and his Father. Alright? Just to make that known. Alright, so those things were all written for our learning. Alright? Those were all written for our learning so that we know that certain herbs and things like that, we could take those things. YAHAWASHI didn't go to no drug and food administration and ask them, can I do? No. Picked the fucking mud up off the ground, spit in it, rubbed it in the guy's eye, told the guy, your faith saved you. Alright, that's another thing too. It's not just these people, they gotta remember, these heathens, they're carnal. Alright, they don't believe in the Most High God. They don't even believe in the Spirit. Alright, so when they heal you, they trying to heal your carnal. They think they're going to heal through carnal, they're going to heal your body by some fucking synthetic medicine that they make. But it's two elements to healing. There's the spiritual and the carnal. There's the higher and the lower. Alright? The Most High is the higher. The lower is the earth. The spiritual is the Most High. The carnal is your flesh. All right, you got to use You have to use the Most High's power. You have to plead to the Most High to heal a person through the herbs. You can't just expect the fucking herbs to work or to make some damn miracle medicine and give it to them. You have to use both of them two. Both of them two are interchangeable. All right. When YAHAWASHI healed people, he told them their faith healed them, man. Because they had faith that the Most High, that he was the Son of the Most High, and that he would heal them. It wasn't that the God believed that, oh, YAHAWASHI he gonna put some damn, he gonna pick some clay up and he gonna put it in my eye and the clay gonna heal me. No, the God really believed that YAHAWASHI was the Son of God and that YAHAWASHI had the power to heal him. All right, through whatever means he used. So his faith healed him. His faith in whatever YAHAWASHI used healed him. All right, but YAHAWASHI said most of the time when he healed people, he said it was their faith. All right. All right, so let's go to some of these examples. All right. Gonna go to the book of Daniel. Alright, because these people try to act like the Bible is a fucking fairy tale. Like the ancient people were dumb or some shit. Ancient people were smart, wiser than any person on this earth right now. The ancient people were wise, man. As a matter of fact, they were smarter than us. Scripture said, as the earth get weaker, the people in the earth, their stature becomes lesser. That includes your brain. So Daniel chapter 1, verse 1 through 15. I'm going to try to read it fast. All right. It says, in the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand, and parted the vessels of the house of God, which were carried off to the land of Shinar, to the house of his God, and he brought the vessels into the treasure of the house of God. And the king spake to Epanaz, the master of the eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom were no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom. Now the Most High said that what? All wisdom was given to Israel. It says, and cunning and knowledge and understanding science. Now it says, and understanding science, real science. All right, we understood science. The ancients the ancient kings, heathen kings seeked us out because they knew we were wise people, man. We knew about sciences, man. Don't never let these people tell you that our people ain't wise. Our people weren't scientists. Everything in America was created by Negroes. All right, everything important, even down to the fucking computer, in the internet. Okay. All science and knowledge is revealed to Israel first. All right. So the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar went to Israel, enslaved us, and he went and told his people that were under him to go get the people in Israel, mainly the prophets, that knew about sciences and things like that. All right. He didn't go to another nation to do that shit. He came to Israel to do it, because we're the people, man. It says, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning in the tongue of the Chaldeans. And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king. Now among these were of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name Belshazzar, and to Hananiah Shadrach, and to Mishael, or Meshach of Meshach, and to Azariah of Abednego. But Daniel proposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the princes of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now, they wanted these wise prophets and children of Israel that were skilled in science, they wanted them to eat these certain meats for 3 years, and then they would come stand before the king. But Daniel didn't want to eat the meats. Alright? Now, maybe it was pork or what, I don't know, because it said he didn't want to be defiled by the meats. Alright? Let's keep going. It says, where am I at? Verse 9. It says, now God had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who had appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces worse, likening than the children which are of your sort? Then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. Alright, it says, then said Daniel to Belshazzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, and Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give pulse to eat and water to drink. Alright? Right, so they didn't want the meats, man. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this post, some kind of vegetable thing or something like that. Alright? Says, and water to drink. So Daniel didn't want that. He wanted to eat, you know, the vegetables and things like that. Alright? He didn't want the meats to drink. He didn't want the meats and the drinks. It says, then let our countenances be looked upon before thee. And notice that the eunuch was like, man, your face gonna be drawn in and shit, you gonna be all sick, and the king gonna cut my head off because you don't want to eat the damn meat. Daniel was like, look, man, I don't want to eat it. You know what, man? I tell you what. Give me a certain amount of time. At the end of the time, if I look sickly or whatever, fine, I'll do it. So this is what happened. It says, then let our countenances, it says, prove thy servant, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give pulse to eat and water to drink. Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee, in the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat, and as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented to them in this matter and proved them 10 days. And at the end of 10 days, their countenance appeared fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat of the portion of the king's meat. Alright, so Daniel knew the science. It said that they were skilled in science. So Daniel already knew if he didn't eat the meat for 10 days, if he ate this vegetable or whatever this pulse is, alright, that he would be healthier. Alright? And when they came back, it said that his face was fatter. Alright? It says he was healthier than of the children that ate the meat and the drink for 10 days. Alright, because like I said before, your meat portions in America, their meat portions are too big. Like, if you want to eat meat, that's cool, because the law says we can eat meat. But your meat portion should be very, very small, man, if you're going to eat it on a daily basis. I wouldn't eat meat, especially if you're a sick person, like you sickly got some disease. I wouldn't even really eat meat that much. Maybe if you really got to have meat, maybe once a week, something like that, you know. Make sure you eat them on the holy days, because